just start the recording and okay, great. Okay, first, in which situation you use the present perfect? In which situations? Maybe I can open this. Maybe I can open this. No, I can't. You remember? Experiences. Experiences. Actions started in the past until now. Perfect. Perfect. So let me share the screen with you guys. Here we have an image of uses of present perfect. So exactly what you said. We use for actions started in the past. So in this group, we have the unfinished situations. It started in the past and it's still happening. So I've lived in this house all my life. So I was born and started living here. And I'm still living. So I have lived in this house all my life. We have to what? Okay, I said experiences and changes over time. So, past recent events. So this happened in a recent moment, but I'm not saying when. So I broke my leg last year, last week, better. I broke my leg last week. It's a recent event, but it happened. And I'm saying when it happened. So we have, look right here, I broke my leg last week. Okay, it's the same moments. And you say when it happened. Now, I have never broken my leg. So it is a thing that never happened in my life. I'm not saying when. You understand by the context and experiences. So I haven't to write that book. We've been to Rome and Florence. So it happened in the past, and I'm not saying when it happened. Okay? So guys, let's start with a thing here. Okay. It's hard to remember my password. Back to this. Just a second, I'm opening here. That's perfect. Let's do an activity to review. Here, guys. Yes. Sorry. Okay. Guys, we have a few sentences here. We have six. Okay, we have 12 sentences. And you have to tell me if they are in the present perfect or in the simple past, the past simple. Let's just start with this as a break, as a icebreaker, a warm up. Guys, the first sentence we have is he didn't clean the windows in the weekend. Is it the simple past or the present perfect?
Simple past.
It's the simple past. That's great. Guys, there is no difference. No difference if you say past simple or simple past. Okay, it's the same. It's the same as simple present and present simple. It's the same verb. It's the same tense. There's no difference. Um, so with past simple and simple past, they are the same thing. Simple present and present simple, same thing. I have cut my hand. Is it present perfect or is it the past simple? Bravo. Thank you, guys. What do you think?
Present perfect.
I have cut my hand. Great. They have eaten all chocolate cookies. Present perfect or past simple? They have eaten. He didn't travel to Italy in March. Present perfect or past simple?
Past simple.
I have eaten all desserts. I'm full. Present perfect or the simple past? He has gone to Japan. Present perfect or the past simple?
Present perfect.
She has broken her arms. Oh my God, is she fine? Yes. PP. She went to the cinema last month. John broke his arm last year. had dinner in the restaurant 2 weeks ago. Present perfect or past simple? What do you think, guys?
Past simple.
Past simple. Kathleen, Mateus.
What?
This one. I had dinner in the restaurant 2 weeks ago. Past simple or present perfect?
Past simple.
Ana, André, Kathleen.
Has a slide. I love to see slide there.
You're so quiet. Is it?
Yeah, it's like,
I did my homework last night.
Past simple.
Yes. Oh, I have lost my keys.
Present perfect.
Perfect.
Are you sure?
that's it. My guess is not okay.
Let's check. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Guys, you rock. Okay, it's perfect. You're amazing, guys. Congratulations. Just let me open a thing here. Stop sharing. You see if you can see the screen with me doing this. Can you see it? No. Never mind, it doesn't work. Stop. Here. Tô lá na recepção.
Yes.
Guys, we're back. We're back. We lost connection for a few moments, but we're back. Sharing the screen. Guys, look. What's the difference between the present perfect in the way we form the present perfect and the past simple? What's the difference? Look here. In the present perfect, we have has or have. We have plus the verb. And the verb, how is the verb in the present perfect? Is it normal? Is it using ing form?
It's in the past participle.
Sorry?
It's in the past participle.
It's in the past participle. Or past. It's in the past participle. It's hard to write without it's messy. So we use the verb in the past participle and the auxiliary have. Past simple. How do we form the sentence in the past simple? How's the verb? We use did, we have did as an auxiliary. But we only use did in questions, negatives. I think so. We only use did in questions and negatives. And how is the verb in the affirmative? The verb is in the simple past or past simple. Okay? Okay, guys. Guys, are you here?
Gente, eu tô aqui entendendo, tá? Só não tô falando muito porque a garganta tá doendo.
Não, eu consigo ver aqui que você tá no chat. Vai, vocês estão entre nós? Se sim, dê um sinal. They are not. Okay. Matthias is here. So, guys, Where's the here? So that's it. We use the present perfect to talk about past recent events. We don't say when it happened, or we use expressions, or we use time expressions, including now. Example. In the simple past, if you look here, you can see that we have a few expressions with the time. He didn't clean the windows. He didn't clean the windows in the weekend. John broke his arm last year. He went to the cinema. It's not good. He went to the cinema last month. I was not home here last night. I had dinner 2 weeks ago. He didn't travel in March. So we use time expressions in the past. All of them are time expressions in the past. In the weekend, so I know it's not today, plus the last weekend. John broke his arm today. No, last year. So in simple past, we usually use time, specific time expressions. Last year, last night, 2 weeks ago, in March, in October, last month, last year, last. Specific. We have a specific time or a specific moment in time. Okay? But look, in the present perfect, we don't have these expressions. I have cut my hand. Well, I have cut. Maybe this morning, last week, last Monday, last weekend, I have lost my keys. Maybe 5 minutes ago, maybe in the morning, maybe 3 days ago. So we don't have a specific time in the present perfect. Okay? It's not specific. Usually, the present perfect, when we have an expression, a time expression, it's referring to a period, a moment. There's a space here. Okay? Questions, guys? No? Hold up. Not really. We can use time expressions. We're going to see some of them right now. So, we don't say when it happened, he's had an accident. Okay, he's had an accident. When? This morning, last week, yesterday. I don't know. He had. She has. I passed the exam. Right now, the past. yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 5 years ago. I don't know. But we can use sometime expressions. Here we can use sometime expressions, but not specific. So I'm not saying I have passed the test 2 weeks ago. No, I passed the test. It happened and I have a specific time. I have passed the exam. Let me change the color. I have passed the exam recently. It's a time expression. I'm telling that it happened recently, but I'm not telling a specific time. I've just passed the exam. We are going to talk about just yet in a few moments. I've seen Ted today. So I'm talking about the whole period of the day. It started in the past and it's still happening. Because today is still today. So the day is not finished. It's not finished. So we still have the day. So I haven't seen Ted today. I haven't seen Ted this week. I haven't seen your friend this month. Have you seen any good movies this month? How about you guys? Have you seen any good movies, any good films this month? Okay, today is 4th, but which one? Which one? Uh, what was the question? Have you seen any good films? Have you seen any good films this month? I change the question. I forgot the name of the movie in English, but I know which movie it is. Okay. And the rest of you guys, in the room.
It's a good recently yet.
Yes, a lot of things to do. And you guys, Thais, she has run, he hasn't. Ana, André, Matheus. Have you? Gostaram tanto do filme que não querem compartilhar com a gente, poxa. So we can use expressions with present perfect time expressions, but they are not, they are specific as the ones we use in the simple past. So we also use to talk about past experiences, things that happened in the past. But I'm not saying when these events happen, when this happened. We've been We've been to Rome and Florence. When? This week, this month? I'm not telling you. We've been. Okay, we've been to, let me see if someone sent something on the group. No. I haven't read the book. I haven't read. When? Yes. I haven't read. Over. I'm not telling the specific moment. Or we use with these expressions never, ever, and before. Have you ever read it? Have you ever read it? Have you ever, in your life, in your whole life, at any moment in your life, have you ever read? Yes, I.
did.
Or, example, room. Thais was talking about the movie, I forgot the name in English, but okay, it's all back here. Vamos no português mesmo, gente. Vamos lá. I think it's the hostel. Something like that. Have you ever watched the movie?
Never watched.
No. He has never watched this movie. When we use ever and when we use never. When we use never and when we use ever, do you know? In which situations we use never and which situations we use ever? Yes. Yes. Yes, thanks. Yes. But there's a slightly difference between these two. We use never in questions and in the negative. And in the, sorry, we use never in the positive, in the affirmative. So, the affirmative. He says, in the affirmative, we use ever. In the interrogative and in the negative. But that's exactly what you said, Daisy. But they have this difference in the use. I have never watched the movie. Or I haven't ever watched. I have never watched the movie. Or I haven't ever watched. Mas trocando 6 por meia dúzia, é exatamente o que a Thaís falou. Never at no time and ever at any time. So, have you ever watched the movie? Have you, at any moment, any time in your life, before this moment, watched this movie? Or, I have never watched the movie. At no moment in my entire life, I watched this. Or, I haven't ever. I haven't at any moment, any time, until now, before now, watched this movie. So that's it. The idea is the same. Okay? But Thais gave an explanation, a very good explanation actually. Or we use in the superlative. The superlative. This is the best food I've ever tried. So in my entire life, this food is the best. The food. It's the food, the best food.
I'm lost. I'm just a little bit lost. Where is that? Oh, where you
Here. This is the best food I've ever tried. So we can use superlative and ever. This is the best movie I've ever watched. This is the best song I've ever listened to. I've ever heard. We use in the superlative. And with a number of times until now. I've seen this film 3 times. From the beginning of my life until now, I've seen this film 3 times. Maybe tomorrow I'll watch the 4th time. Maybe. Maybe, who knows? Maybe now I'm going to watch for the 4th time. So we can use the number of times until now. I've seen this film 3 times. I've read this book twice. My team has won the games 5 times. Just making up a string. Okay? Or we can use for unfinished situations, things that stopped in the past, but are still happening. It have not finished. How long have you been here? So, you arrived here, for example, in the morning, and you are still here. How long have you been here? The whole day, the whole week? I have been here all day. So in this situation, we use expressions like how long or since. We have been married for 20 years. Guys, I'm writing 2 sentences in the chat. All right. Or the difference between these two sentences? We were married for 20 years. We've been married for 20 years. What's the difference? Which one?
The first one is increase that's done point of life. And the second one
Perfect.
for that person.
Exactly, Thais. Exactly how one is finished. We were married for 20 years. We married, and after 20 years, we divorced. We are not married anymore. We've been married for 20 years. So, we married like 20 years ago, and we are still married. And if everything is fine, we're going to keep our marriage as well. So one is finished. One is finished. As I said, the first one is finished. And Thais said, the first one is finished. It happened, and it's over. Is it over?
A little bit. Six.
I'm going to get it. And we can use with the time expression, all and the time expression. I have lived in this house all my life. So I was born, I was a baby when I started living here, and I'm still living here. So it's still happening. Lately, the last few days, we've been very busy lately. The last few moments, the last few days, last few weeks. We've been very busy lately. Guys, questions? Questions?
Less. Yeah. Freeze, right? Sorry. Say our name. Sorry.
So we use have plus upper the past words. I, you, we, they, we use have. And for he, she, it,
Yes.
has. I have been busy lately. You have been busy lately. We've been busy lately. She has been busy. He has been. And here we can use the short form. Like, I have eyes. You've been, we've been, they've been. Only when we are talking about the present perfect. Only. For example, I have a book. It's not present perfect. So you can't write I have a book. No, you can't. Okay? Guys, just a moment. I'm getting the.
That's no. The rest of it. That's why they went into the so. Nice. Oh, it's big coffee. It's 24 ago. That's a part of rule. That's why I went in. That's perfect. Uh, I just want to provide.
I'm back, guys. Sorry. Okay? Okay, guys, questions here? Okay. Okay. Guys, the verbs as possible. How do you know the verb in the past participle? How do you know it? Learning. Are there any rules to the verbs in the past participle? Hmm? Are there any rules? When we have, remember the verbs in the simple past, we add ed, yeah. What's the past of work? Worked. Worked. So we have the rules for the regular ones, like we said, guys, Raul, Thais. We have rules for them. Example, work, worked. Uh, live, lived. I'm trying to remember, and I can only remember the irregulars.
That's not a problem for this your walk or
So, like, What's the past of like? Like. Work. Work. Oh. Love. Love. The verb love. Yes. Loved. Yes. Study. What's the past of study? Oh, the regular verbs. When we have the simple past and the past participle is the same. They are regular. And I spelled here, sorry guys. They are the same for the simple past and the past participle in the regular. You add ed. They regular. You have to learn. You have to memorize. You have to learn them.
There are the rules for your language. That's the
Yes.
rules.
And sometimes they can be the same as the simple past, but sometimes no. Read. What's the simple past of read? The simple past. What's the simple past of read? Read. And what's the present participle? You read. Read. It's the same. Tá aí, já engatilhou ali no Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, né? So, they are the same. They are the same. But, for example, what's the simple past of be? Of verb to be? What's the simple past? Was and were. The past participle, been. Sometimes they are the same, sometimes they're different. So you have to learn. And there is the list. The list. The famous list of irregular verbs. Guys, do you know how many irregular verbs are in English? There are a lot. How many verbs? How many irregular verbs are there in English? About 200. In the common use, the normal. So about 200 irregular verbs. They are the most common, the most used, but you can find longer lists. I think the longest list I found with regular verbs was 400 and whatever. 400 and something. Let me see if I can find the list. They are the 200 most common. The rest of them are synonyms for other verbs, are old verbs that people don't use anymore. So well, we have more verbs, but 200 is the normal, yeah, the list. The ones the teacher always sends you when you are learning the list is like 200 verbs. Okay? It's too easy. Easy. It's too easy for you guys. Present.
And monthly. 2 months to buy every single one it has. Is released English.
Nice. Here we have. I don't think this one is good because we have the present perfect continuous. It's not what we're supposed to learn to study. Present perfect.
What is that?
I'm opening here, guys. Just a sec. Okay, apply and starting. Guys, look, I has or hasn't. I have or I haven't explored a cave. Haven't. Deus. Ana, André, Jéssica. Yes, guys. I have or I haven't. Mama, climbed a volcano. I, why is it why is it this timer? I deactivated, but it's still working. Why?
Yes. Or
Apply again, please. Okay. Guys, this one. I eaten apple pizza. Have you ever eaten?
I have forever. That's the only place I would ever try it. So I haven't.
Think about that.
I failed.
It's beautiful. It's kind of beautiful, but I wouldn't eat. Not today, thank you. I climbed the volcano. You got it. Sorry?
It says it's salt. So I don't think that the I have placed it.
I have explored Easter Island. or I has explored Easter Island. She, canoed on the river. She has or she had? Has. He walked on the moon. He has or he had? I canoed on a river. And I explored the cave. You answered in the beginning. Sophia explored an island. Okay. Sophia, she. Matilde had a parrot. Has or hasn't. Laurie trekked across the desert. It's desert. I think it's wrong. It's the desert. Guys, you know what's trek? Like trek here?
Use the synonyms.
So guys, here. No. What? Is everything fine? So guys, tracking is this. This is tracking. Yes, this is tracking. So she tracked. Actually, she has tracked. Laura has tracked across the desert. And it's the desert, okay? So this is desert. This is a desert. And this is a desert. I hope we haven't tracked in a desert.
That's a big sir.
So there was a misspelling here. This is a desert. The other one was a desert. Okay? Now I want to eat something sweet now. Wait, do this. Dived near a coral reef. I has or I.
I got quicker than you guys. We come quicker than it was on acquisition here. You're loose. You're loose.
I walked on the moon. I walked under a waterfall.
I fought.
I have seen a hummingbird. Marcus has died. I have had fun. I have been taken. Victor. Yes. Guys, you're welcome. He
Has I good.
Kind of. Not exactly, but it's kind of. Amaru. Okay, that's enough. Raul asked, what's a cliff? Cliff. No, it's not cliff for the dog. Cliff is this. The place that ends and it's almost straight and goes to the sea or goes through the river.
Sounds like see the tribe.
Hmm?
Time see the tribe. Straight down.
This is a cliff. So he has climbed a cliff. Usually you have water under a cliff, but not always. Sometimes you can have stones, you can have like soil, like earth and stuff. But usually you have water. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you a break, a few minutes, and when we come back, we are going to see about the collocations, about for, since, just, already, yet. The words we started seeing a few moments ago. Okay? So guys, 10 minutes for you. Drink something. Did you have lunch? Have lunch. And see you in a while, guys. Sorry? See you in a while. Hello guys, we are back. Are you here? Are you there actually? Because here I don't have home. Guys is here. And the rest of you guys. André, Jéssica, Juan, Matheus, are you there? Matheus, hey. Aí uma coisa que eu sempre da essa ideia. So guys, let's keep going. Second topic for our day is about for since just already yet their meanings. Let's start with only two. Okay? Let's take this in small chunks, small pieces. Or we not. Just let me reload the page. Okay. When we use for and when we use since. Since in the past. Yes. No, it wasn't this one I was looking for. Well, let's try yes. So, guys, we use for to talk about a period. A period. I've been teaching. I've been teaching for 2 years. I've been teaching for 2 years. I've been teaching since 2019. So, we use for to talk about a period. I've been living in Japan. Actually, here we have the example. See? I've been living in Japan. Okay. I've been living in Japan since 2019. So, since it was the moment I started living there. It was the first year I lived there. So I started living in Japan in 2012. So I've been living in Japan since 2012. Was a starting point. So we use since with a starting point, a date. Okay. For I've been living in Japan for 4 years. So 4 years is the period I'm living Japan. I've been living Japan. So I have been living Japan for 4 years. I still live there. Yes. It's the same thing. In the example we had with the we've been married. The example we had, we've been married. We've been married for 20 years. We've been married since 2001. Look at the sentences I sent. We've been married for 20 years. We've been married since 2001. What's the difference in the meaning? In the meaning.
First is the time, duration of marriage. And then the second one is the first time was benefits. Next solutions I arrive. Next, a little bit down because it had like a lot of here. And that's not
Where's the sentence? I can't find it. Okay. We've been married for 20 years. We married 20 years in the past. And we are still married. We've been married for 20 years. We've been married since 2001. 2001 is the year we married, right? Are we still married? So it's roughly counting 20 years. It's still 20 years. What changed? Not the meaning, but what changed? The first sentence, I'm talking about the period we are married. We've been married for 20 years. So my focus in the first sentence is how long we are married. In the second is the moment we married, the beginning of our marriage. So in the meaning, there's no difference. Both you mean that it happened 20 years ago. Se vocês pegarem e fizerem a conta, 2020, 2001 foi 20 anos atrás. Foi, né? Ele tá em 2021 ainda. So, sorry? So, we use for to talk about a period. Our focus is the period. And since we are talking about a starting date. And we have a small difference in the tenses. Simple past, simple present. When we talk about form, we can use it in any tense. Any tense. In different tenses. We can use in the future, we can use in the simple past, we can use in the present perfect. For. Both indicating a period. Both of them indication of a period. Since we usually use in the present perfect or the perfect progressive, something that started and still working. I have been working here since June. He hasn't eaten since 7. We have been married since 2002. So something that started in the past and is still happening. Okay? Questions, guys?
I'm for. And. Simple purpose. Present.
You can use in any tense, in different tenses. We both indicating a period of time. I studied English in Ireland for 2 years. So I was in Ireland and I studied English for the period of 2 years. During this period, I will be there for around 2 months. So it's the period I will be there. We have been married for 14 years. You remember the example I gave you? We've been married for 20 years. We were married for 20 years. All of them are indicating a period. All of them are showing a period, a moment, space in time. Okay, so Thais, no questions. And you guys, the rest of you, no questions? So let's practice. Activities. She has lived in this town since 5 years now, or 4 or 5 years.
5 years.
Or 5 years. So it's a period. Sorry?
It is here.
They've been doctors since or for 2011. A or B?
It's.
How time has he been? How long time has he been? Or how long has he been?
That's a C.
Guys, do you know why we have this question here in a question of 4 and 6? Do you know why we have this? How long? Yes. It's a question about the period. It's about the time that something happened. So how long has he been an employee in this company? He's been an employee since 2011. He's been an employee for 7 years. So we answer this question, how long, something, how long something, and we can use both for or since. How long has he been? He's been employee for 9 years. He's been an employee since 2013. How long? Both are answering the question. I practice sports for I was a kid or since I was a kid. Yes, letter B, since. Next, let me talk to him our last meeting. Since or for, A or B? Lucy hasn't lived in London 2 years. I've known my best friend
For 20 years.
or I've studied at Approach International School. I moved to Boston.
A.
Letter A, since. We use to refer back to a previous point in time.
Since. A.
We use since to refer back to a previous point in time. We use with a period of time to refer to duration. Or congratulations that you're raising.
Oh, it's not 10. That's
10 out of 10. Yes. I forgot to ask you. Last class, you asked me to put the activities we did in the classroom to send them to you. I posted there. I don't know if you saw here, if it was your class. Here, the class was here, November 27th. And here, I posted the activities, the 2 activities we did. Okay? You see, the ones about comparatives. So you can, no, don't worry. So you can join and do and redo the activity. If you want, you can practice a bit more. This one is about adjective and preposition. Afraid of, worried about, responsible for. And the other one is about the comparatives. So I posted there, and you can do how many times you want. Would you like to have the activities we are doing today. Post them there. Do you want? Okay. So I'll post them in the as a comment in the Google Classroom in the post for our class today. Here, December 4th, review, I'll post here as a comment. Okay? Then you can do and redo how many times you want. That's good, guys. You're amazing. Great job. Okay, we talked about for and since. We can practice a bit more later. But right now, we're going to see about the other three. Still, yet, and already.
Still,
What's the difference between still, yet, and already? Do you know? Yet, still, and already. It's just positive. Yet, questions and negatives.
still, yes.
Already.
Already. Should be the same as just now.
Okay. Let's see Thais answers.
Let's see if the answers. Studies that the explanation.
That's just positive. Yeah, the questions and negatives. And already. What did you say?
Just, just now, just now. How do we?
Ron said we use already to talk about this
Just now.
moment. This just now, just happened. So let's see. Let's start talking about still. A situation started and it keep happening. So it should finish and it didn't. So a situation continues, often longer than expected. It's still raining. So, mas naquela tempo, the weather, and they were like, oh, just rain. It's not going to rain today. It's not going to rain. And then you have something to do at 6 p.m. It's 1 p.m. and it starts raining. And you're like, that's okay. It will pass like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it's not raining anymore. And then it's like 5:30 and it is still raining. So it's a situation that happened longer than expected. Longer than expected. Yes, thanks. Good, good. Or an action that was not expected to happen because of something. He was sick, but he still went to work. He went to work even though he was sick. He shouldn't go, but he still went. I studied a lot, so I still didn't pass the test. So it wasn't expected to happen. The first sentence, he was sick, but he still went to work. So he was sick. He was not expected in the work. He wasn't supposed to go to work, but he still went. I studied a lot, so I still didn't pass the test. So I studied a lot. I was supposed to pass, but I did. No. So it's something that happened, but it wasn't expected. In these situations, we use still. It's still raining. I still live in London. They have been married for 30 years and are still in love. Guys, you can see that present perfect has a lot of examples using married. All of the images I showed you talk about marriage. All of them. All of them. If I go back here, when we talked about foreign sins, there's things about married, being married. When we talked about the present perfect, essence. Why? I don't know. I'm not. Right? Guys, questions on how do we use still? Like I said, we use yet to talk about questions and negatives. She was right. First, we use yet to ask, to make a question about something expected has happened. So I want to know if something that was expected happened. Example. Have their test results arrived yet? So I was expecting the results to arrive. So have the test results arrived yet? We have to go, are you ready yet? So I was expecting you to be ready. Are you ready yet? We're using questions to know about, to ask about things that we expected has happened, and use in the negative. When the same situation, you expected something, but it hasn't happened. I haven't done my homework yet. I was expected to do my homework. My homework was supposed to be done. I should have done, but I haven't done it yet. It's almost midday, and Steve hasn't woken up yet. He was supposed to have woken up. But have him? No, he hasn't. He hasn't, sorry. Is it almost midday and Steve hasn't woken up yet? He was expected to be awake, but he has not. Okay? I'm ready. Doesn't matter. Next has happened sooner than expected. Happened earlier than expected. I have just finished lunch, but I'm already hungry again. So, I had lunch. I had lunch, and it's like 1 hour after my lunch. I'm hungry again. I have just finished lunch, but I'm already hungry again. So, I'm hungry sooner than I expected to be. I wasn't expecting to be hungry now, but later. But I'm hungry now. Sooner, earlier than I expected. I think John already knows about the surprise party. So, you are doing a surprise party for a friend. And it's like 3 days before, and the friend already knows about the party. Spoiler. Spoiler.
It's not a spoiler. What's the
I think John already knows about the surprise party. He wasn't supposed to know already. He wasn't expected to know already. But he knows. Okay? Guys, do you have questions? No?
No.
Okay, okay. So let me see which one I'm going to use it here first. Not this one. Have you seen that new Marvel TV show already? Yet or still?
Yet. That's a question. Question.
Yet. Okay. I haven't seen that show, but I may watch it tonight. I still haven't. I yet haven't, or I already haven't. Yet?
I,
Do you know why?
I, yeah, just yes. Should be like, it's because of the order of the sentence. Yeah. Or it's not the social.
Do you know why? It's not yet. Look. Take a look here. Look at this one where we have yet. All of them are in the and. When you have a question or a negative using yet, it goes at the end.
Knew it. Okay.
So it goes at the end. So I still haven't seen. Why we use still? Because we are talking about a thing that the person was expecting. I still haven't seen that show. I still haven't. It's the same idea that we have here with I studied and I still didn't pass. Okay? We use yet at the end. Goes at the end. Since the new Avengers movie, it was great. I've yet, I've still, and I've already. What do you think, guys? Yet, still, or already? Already, still. A kind of friend who, in the first day of the movie, the cinema, he has watched the movie like twice. Actually, I have a friend like this. When the film, the first day, in the cinema, he watched the film 3 times. In the first day, he went to the cinema 3 times the first day to watch Avengers. So he has already seen the new Avengers movie in the first day.
And to be fair, it's a great movie.
Huh?
He's more than a really. Avengers group. It has a great series of movies that it also. It's like it has a great sense. Movies.
Have you heard Beyonce's new song?
Yeah, that's 3 hours.
It's 3 hours.
That was for 9 hours. Not the very honest.
Yeah. Have you heard Beyonce's new song yet?
You
I haven't been to any NBA games, but I want to go soon.
I still have.
Great, Mateus. Great, Ro. I still haven't. Seen an NBA game. It was a Warriors game and Steve Curry was awesome. Right? Okay, everybody said already. Great, 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 great.
Six.
5 of 6. Perfect. Okay, one more. It's easier. It's 11 p.m. The concert has already ended or yet ended. It's 6 p.m. The doctor's office opens at 9. It hasn't opened.
Hasn't opened. He hasn't opened yet. Oh. Yes.
Another example. The office. Okay. It's 8 a.m. The office opens at 9 a.m. It's 8 a.m. and the office opens at 9 a.m. It hasn't opened yet. I'm going to write 3 sentences, one using yet, one using already, and one using still. But look how I'm saying the same thing, or almost. So one of them is not the same. Better. It's already open. Guys, I'm writing 3 sentences for you. One using at, one using still, and one using already. The first 2 has almost the same meaning. Almost the same. But look how we change our sentence to use the collocation. It hasn't opened yet. So the office is still closed. The idea is the same. It's still closed. It's earlier. It's early, so it's still closed. It didn't open. Now it's 8 a.m. and the office opens at 9. But you go there and the door is open. It's already open. Okay? The first 2 sentences have almost the same meaning. And the third not. It's not. It doesn't.
That's the opposite.
Yes, it has the opposite meaning. So I wrote 3 sentences about the same situation using uh, the three collocations we saw. Can you see the difference? It hasn't opened yet. It's still closed. It's already open. It's July 5th. The Independence Day fair has finished.
That's already finished.
Ready? Alrighty. It's 5 p.m. The weekend has begun.
It's just okay.
Just for a meeting. Has just begun. So this just begun means like, okay, it's just begun. It's started right now or almost right now. The weekend has begun right now. We are starting the weekend. The week or it's let me see, it's 12, it's midday, Friday. The weekend has already started. So already use before the time the thing should start. Use already when something starts or something happens before the expected. And just, it's like right now. The weekend has just begun.
That's right.
It is right moment. Or around this right moment. Okay? Okay. I have taken some aspirin and my headache has begun to feel better.
Alright. That's that's just begun to feel better.
Already, the first one is already.
That's good. Just good. Just good. Oh,
You change. You change the position. I have just taken, like, I have, I took the aspirin like 10 minutes ago. I have just taken some aspirin and my headache has already begun to feel better. How could we use already? I have already taken some aspirin and my headache. Um, my headaches. And my headache. Yeah. And I still have a headache. I have already taken some aspirin and I still have a headache. I have already taken means you were supposed to feel better, but you're not. So you are not okay. You have this headache, and someone is like, "Oh, why don't you take some aspirin?" And you're like, "I have already taken, but I'm not better. I've already taken. I have already taken, but." Okay. I haven't taken my cough medicine. Already. Already.
No. Because there are exceptions.
I haven't yet taken my cough medicine. When we use yet, negative sentences. But guys, the way this sentence is organized is not normal. Not normal. Okay. You usually are going to see the yet at the end. You usually are going to see like I haven't taken my cough medicine yet. It's just a different organization, but it's not common. It's not common. It can happen. It can happen, but it's not common. It's not common. Okay? If I was going to write the sentence, I would use the yet at the end. It's not a common way to organize a sentence. So it's okay. It's not a problem. Not a problem. But you use the at the end. And you use already could be if you use I have already taken my cough medicine. It happens. Okay? It's not common. Don't worry. I take an example. Out of the expected. So it would be kind of hard for you to see this. I haven't yet taken. No, it's not common to see. I have been on a diet, but haven't lost any weight.
Yet.
O pessoal tá até traumatizado agora depois do yet.
Yet. This one's not as yet. It is wrong. Yeah.
Se fosse already, vocês iam chutar de novo.
De novo.
Todo mundo sai da reunião. She started watching her weight and has lost 2 pounds. Nesse daqui, this one, Matheus. It'd be just No, because you use just to talk about something that just happened. So it is not exactly certain thing, but it's happened or now or very recently. In this situation, you can see how we can use just. She just started watching her weight and had lost 2 pounds.
Okay.
So she just started. She recently started. O just vai ter essa ideia bem parecida com recently. Recently. In this situation. Or like now. To this moment. She just started. So, for example, she started watching her weight yesterday. 2 days ago, she just started. She wasn't expected to lose these 2 pounds in this period, but she did. You have had a cough for a week already. Haven't you called the doctor?
What's wrong with that switch?
Yet. It's a question. Great, great, great. I called to make an appointment with the doctor a minute ago. Yes. Great. Fica cuidado. I just called to make an appointment. Or look at the difference. I just called to make an appointment with the doctor. Like, it happened around now, recently. I just called. Or someone, your mother, goes and says, please, could you call to the doctor and make an appointment? And you're like, no, don't worry. I already called and made an appointment for you.
That's what I'm thinking. It depends on the common sense.
Yes.
And there's no common sense, it's just feel it. I mean,
We usually can use more than one in the same situation, like just and already, but it depends on the context, on what's happening at the moment. Okay, guys? Do you have questions?
questions.
Is it okay? So, guys, I'm going to send this to you. Where's my pen? Who is there? Thais. Thais is not here. Who else?
Hey!
What's God? For God's sake.
I'm here!
Você acabou de matar o Raul, parabéns. Será que o sol tá chorando?
Desculpe.
Jesus. Matheus, vamos ouvir daí a caixa de som.
Vou deixar vocês surdos.
Who else? I got scared. Yeah, we all. Jessica is there. Matheus, André. Where? Matheus. André. And hey, I think it's
It's the secretary. You're doing this.
I forget someone.
You're doing this on purpose.
André, Jéssica, Matheus e Juan. Juan and Thaís. Ok. Vou dar conta pra Thaís só por causa disso, tá? Ela gritando no microfone de novo.
Muito obrigada.
Guys, you can go, okay? See you. Just a sec. You can go, guys. It was very nice to be with you today. Okay, I'm going to send the things on Classroom for you on the comments. And see you next week, maybe.
Ok, see you. Bye bye.
See you.